Let's take the kiss again, guys. We're back to one.
Right.
Dancers, keep dancing.
Keep dancing.
Knock into them more if you can.
Dustin and Miles, they both have this thing for Elle throughout the whole season. You kind of see it develop differently for both of them. Dustin kind of resists her while Miles kind of embraces the idea of liking her a lot quicker. Yeah. Zach, first, why do you think that Dustin resists this idea of liking Elle so much at first?
I think, first of all, they're very different people, which I think and that immediate dissonance kind of, if anything, it's not even necessarily about him kind of being so resistant to it. I think it's something that's flying underneath his radar in a lot of ways, especially because another large element of it is the fact that it seems like their focus is this larger thing that's happening at the school with Anderson, which Dustin has so much investment in. And it feels like they have so many conversations that are about that. And that feels like it's a cornerstone of how they initially meet and start to possibly a place where like a bit of antagonism forms in their relationship, but it's also a foundation element of their bond. And so I think it takes that becoming that kind of like coming to its fruition, but then also kind of fading away for him to realize that there's more there to their relationship than just the fact that they kind of share this outlook on this particular cause. And so I think that's part of his kind of resistance to the whole thing, especially since he's aware of the kind of Miles situation kind of broadly happening in the background. And the Miles situation,
the Miles,
you're going to get a t-shirt with that written on it. He's aware of the Miles situation kind of happening in the background. And like, obviously he would be a little bit more resistant to something if he felt like there wasn't like the possibility of reciprocation. And I feel like that in combination with his kind of frustration at feeling like maybe she's not being fully honest with herself and everything that goes on with the Cosmo article, like it comes out of him in the only way that it feels like it can. And in the emotion that I feel like he's most used to experiencing, which is kind of frustration with this thing that feels like it's outside of his control. And then it comes to the forefront in the scene that you mentioned at the end of the yes.
Yes. And of course, when Elle and Dustin kiss, since someone's got to say it, Miles sees this happen. Jacob, what is going through Miles's head in this moment? How is he feeling?
Yeah, gosh, it was such a fun scene to shoot just because there's so much chaos happening around it, and then it sort of splits open. So I'm like, my brain goes to like the day we shot it. But yeah, I think in his eyes, he's been most of that finale episode rooting for her homecoming and like really counting on it and needing it, not just for himself, but because I think he recognizes the work that they all did together to like sort of better the community. And then, she left and it kind of had a really tough falling out too, with Shannon coming back to the school. And so it all kind of went down not so well. So I think he's so excited to see her. And then, of course, what he sees when he first does is not what he expected to see. So I think it was a letdown.
When I think back to that scene, there was so much chaos happening, and and I'm sure it reads really well on screen, like all of the chaos going around and like us parting, and there's you in the middle. But it was quite funny to shoot. This is the thing, because we'd be kind of having this moment, and we were doing take off, and then we'd part, and then we just turn, and then you were just standing there,
right? Yeah,
and it was like, and again, it kind of it's effective in the moment, but it was quite funny,
right? No, it's like you guys would kiss, and then the camera would block, and I'd be not there. It's like little to the left, go back. You'd be just like, wait, here, just in my face. I just had to retain that disappointment.
Let's take the kiss again, guys. We're back to one.
Right.
Dancers, keep dancing.
Keep dancing.
Knock into them more if you can.
You can.
That was the.
Yeah. How many takes did you guys have to do of that kiss?
That was quite a lot. I think something that was a through line throughout a lot of the show was that oftentimes when we were going for take after take after take, it wasn't necessarily because anything wasn't working other than very specific coordination of everything that was going on in the background. Like at the school, that was so much of what was going on. But in a way, like not necessarily specifically with that scene at the end, but like with scenes where it feels like it's a longer scene where there's lots of dialogue involved, it's kind of like a nice opportunity to just be able to do it a bunch of times and try it a bunch of different ways while they're trying to figure out everything that's going on in the background. So then when they get it, you then feel like you have a proper grasp of the scene and just kind of go for it.